My name is Kelsey Marco, and this is my comprehensive assessment plan. I will implement this plan in my second grade classroom. I decided to choose assessments that are already school-wide assessments as well as new ones, and these assessments are both formative and summative. These assessments will be used to monitor students' literacy skills, fluency, and comprehension. The assessments I am using in my plan are the Reading NUIA MAP assessment, which is school-wide, the DRA2, the Developmental Reading Assessment, which is also a school-wide assessment, the Reading A to Z Benchmark, the Reading A to Z Phonological Awareness Assessment, and exit tickets. Here is my timeline for my plan. The NUIA will be taken in September, January, and May, as well as the DRA. In between those assessments, I will administer the Reading A to Z benchmark to progress monitor students in between those summative assessments, as well as giving them the phonological awareness around every 2 to 4 weeks, depending on instruction, as well as exit tickets would be given out daily, weekly, depending on the lesson. The Reading NUIA assessment I use as both formative and summative assessment, and I'll explain why. The students are assessed in these categories: informational text, language, craft, and structure; literary text, key ideas and details; literary text, language, craft, and structure; informational text, key ideas and details; and vocabulary acquisition and use. The Reading NUIA is a skills mastery and progress monitoring assessment. Students take this 3 times a year. So from beginning of the year, you're looking at skills that they need to work on. So for the end of the year that they can show mastery. In my classroom, I look at the students' RIT band scores as well as the learning continuum, which shows the specific skills that those students need to work on, which then helps me guide my instruction. After each time the Reading NUIA is administered, the results and the data are discussed with my colleagues in administration in our PLC groups to work on improving our instruction and giving each other ideas to improve on the different skills that are being taught. My students also set goals based on their results. We discuss what the score means, what they should receive by the end of the year to make a year's growth, and we discuss those skills that need to be worked on. The assessment is also reported out to parents when the report cards are given out. The DRA is both used in my classroom as a formative and summative assessment. It is administered one-on-one. The DRA assesses students' reading engagement, oral reading fluency, and comprehension. The DRA allows me to identify students' instructional level as well as their independent level. The DRA data is reported on a chart and added in each student's DRA folder. The data is reported out on report cards as well, using the standards. I use the data to analyze students' strengths and needs to guide my instruction, usually in small reading groups. I base my instruction off of the students' needs in fluency, expression, and comprehension. Usually the comprehension is around retelling, summarizing, main idea, author's purpose, and prediction. The Reading A to Z benchmark I use as a formative assessment. It's administered one-on-one. I usually give the Reading A to Z benchmark in between the months that I give the DRA and the NUIA to progress monitor. The Reading A to Z benchmark provides me with fluency and comprehension data using fiction or nonfiction text. Using the Reading A to Z benchmark in my classroom, I like using it because it is similar to the DRA in regards to their reading levels, so I can easily correlate between using this assessment as a progress monitoring tool to the DRA as more of a summative tool. It also gives me a great opportunity to listen to students read one-on-one and check their fluency. I like that each passage contains comprehension questions with multiple choice answers. The comprehension questions focus on author's purpose, main idea, vocabulary, and inferring. And I can use this assessment to guide my instruction of comprehension strategies as well as fluency. The reading A to Z phonological awareness I would use as both a formative and summative assessment. It is administered one-on-one. These assessments work on beginning, middle, and ending sounds in real words, as well as rhymes, syllables, blending, segmenting, and manipulating phonemes. These assessments assess these skills in real words, which in turn would help students read and recognize words and to help me guide my instruction. Many of the ways when I was researching about phonics instruction has students being able to use letter sounds and phonemes in relation to words that they recognize and words that they've learned before, so to help them be able to read them and spell them. In class, we had looked at using the DBLS, the nonsense words assessment, and I really believe that to provide proper phonics instruction and to really help students read words and spell words, they should be learning the letter sounds and phonemes in relation to real words that they read and spell every day. In the classroom, I would use this assessment to create instruction and monitor students' phonics skills and strategies. I would also use it to identify what skills they need to work on. I like that this assessment is a mixture of identifying words based on pictures as well as reading words and identifying the phonemes in the spelled out word, which would then help meet the needs of a diverse group of students. I also like that this assessment assesses skills using real words. I use exit tickets in my classroom as a formative assessment to monitor progress and check students' understanding. Exit tickets can be given daily or weekly to check for understanding. Exit tickets are given after a lesson for students to show understanding, and the data can provide information related to the understanding of the topic or a self-reflection from the student. I use exit tickets to collect data on comprehension or understanding of a topic, skills or strategies used, or a self-analysis for effort or reflection from students. I usually collect the exit tickets right away and chart them or put them in an Excel document so that students can see their progress over time. Students will be placed in small groups depending on their strengths and weaknesses to differentiate instruction using the exit tickets. Self-reflection exit tickets can be used to check on how students are feeling about a skill or topic. My exit tickets vary in types of questions and tools to use. Sometimes they can be multiple choice or short answer. I'll use tools like Kahoot, the website is there, or Plickers as a more engaging, fun way for students to show what they've learned. Exit tickets need to be specific enough to give me the information that I need for students to show me what they understand and maybe some misconceptions they might have. I also look at the Bloom's taxonomy pyramid to create a variety of questions to ask students so that sometimes they're more basic to the more inferential and more critical thinking questions. I think it's important for me to note that in my comprehensive assessment plan that a majority of my assessments are formative, and I think that those are probably the most important assessments to have because you are able to identify students' strengths and needs and create instruction to promote their growth. That's one of the most important things for me with teaching is I want to see my kids grow and improve and be able to show their progress and their learning and their understanding and their mastery of a skill and ways that I can continue to help them grow. I also gave a variety of assessments that focus on phonological awareness, vocabulary, fluency, and comprehension. Assessments are important, so it is important to make sure that we are determining what assessments are going to be most beneficial for us and for our students, and to improve our instruction and for students to improve as well-rounded readers. The assessments I chose for my plan I feel will be most beneficial to me and my students to be able to monitor their progress and for students to reflect on their learning and understanding.